So this video is for those that are tired of using the hand cylinders with the TENS cable with the Y adapter for at least 1 hour a day or more, and they still want to get good results without holding the hand cylinders. And what we found was there were 3 individuals that did an experiment before and after test results, and they found that having saliva in the remotes in a vial on the paper is almost just as good as far as effectiveness as holding 1 hour of hand cylinders contact mode for the same pathogen. So before and after test results showed that instead to 24/7 remote mode using the viaDNA remotes and putting saliva inside, changing it every day, was almost just as good as holding 1 hour hand cylinders per day. So that's what this video is for those that really want to reduce the pathogens and don't want to do contact mode. First of all, it would be best to get a test report to find out what your score is, and then you can try the saliva in there, and then you want to get another retest in a few months to track your progress. So you definitely need to know what pathogen you have and how much of it you have in your body. But even if you don't have before and after test results, you can use saliva in here, and I'm going to teach you how to get the saliva in the remotes. So you can use it with the black remote, or you can use it with a white remote. Do not use a Spooky2 boost, okay? This would go directly into either an XM or a GX. Cut a strip of white paper. Get some printer paper. The key is you want to have it tapered narrower at the bottom. The paper goes all to the bottom of the vial, and that's the key, because the very center of the remote it's important to have the saliva in the middle of the remote. So the bottom of the vial is important. The top part can be wider, so you can see the top part is a little bit wider, and then I'm tapering it down. All right, it's narrower at the bottom. So here's an example right here. What I want to do first is try it. You can see this is not going to even go in, so I'm going to taper it a little bit more at the bottom. And you could try it again. And there you go. You can bend it at the top, maybe, possibly. So you want to test it first, and no, you see how it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to try it again. So give a little corner here. The top can be wider. So I'm going to do it really wide, and then I'm going to really taper down. And so we're going to try this one. So basically what you do, before you lick it, you want to try it. Make sure it goes all the way to the bottom. And there it does. You can see that. So then I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to lick the bottom. And then put it in immediately, because what it does, it's going to, because it's damp, it'll start to bend. So you put it in immediately into the vial. And then you drop it in the remote. It's going to take about maybe 5 minutes to dry. You don't want to close the cap. So you're going to replace the saliva every day with a new strip of paper. Okay. So here would be another one. Again, you would cut it. Test it first. See if the white paper goes all the way to the bottom. And it does. So then you would lick it, just the bottom part, and immediately put it in, because it is going to want to bend, because it's damp right now. Same vial you can use every day. I mean, maybe after a month or so you might want to get a brand new vial, but it's not going to hurt to have the same vial. Okay. Some people have asked, can they use the Glass vials. Well, the glass vials, it's a lot more difficult to get it in there. As you can see, it's very narrow. So I wouldn't recommend. The other thing I wanted to mention, the key is it's freshly dried saliva. It's not wet saliva that works so well, it's the freshly dried saliva. So you want it to dry, you don't want to close the caps, and you want to leave it in for 24 hours, do it again the next day. Again, not everybody is willing to do this. They want to use the blood, they want to just leave it in there for 3 or 4 months, and that's perfectly fine. We're talking about people who really want to get fast results and don't want to use the hand cylinders. The other thing I wanted to state is that if you start out with 7 volts doing remote mode, after about 6 weeks, you want to raise the amplitude to 7.5. And then after that, about another 6 weeks, you want to raise the amplitude to 8. And then you want to probably stay at the level 8. So you don't want to lick the same one again the next day. Take a brand new sheet of paper, okay? Also, you don't need to lick the whole portion. You can just make sure that the bottom part, for example, like right there, the bottom part that goes in is wet. So, for example, I'm gonna lick this here. I'm only just getting the bottom part wet. And then, of course, it can go in. As long as it, again, goes down to the bottom. And you can see that it does. And then people, what they do is they get a bunch of these pieces of papers already prepared way in advance, and they'll store them, you know, in a shot glass or something like that. And then that way it's all ready every single day, and you just have to switch this out and replace it with a new one. And a lot of people going with the flag, you know, just the flag type, because the bottom does have to be very narrow, and then you want to be able to take it out pretty quickly. And again, it's freshly dried saliva, and you leave it in there for 24 hours approximately, and you just take it out and replace it with another one, okay? There are people that are still using the hand cylinders 1 hour a day, and then the rest of the 23 hours a day they're using the remote mode. So you can even get better results that way. But the thing to remember on that is their settings, the settings for contact mode is different than the settings for remote mode. So when you're holding the hand cylinders, using the TENS cable with the viaDNA Y adapter, the settings are different than the settings for the remote mode. So you almost would have to have, you know, 2 generators. One generator would be to run remote mode, and then another generator would be to use contact mode. I hope this answers some questions for you, and happy rifing. God bless you.